Gave us a lot to think about. Yeah. You know what, Kate? Pretty curious about Alfred's son. Wish we could get more info on Alfred. I know. Hey, why not ask Hugo? He's a journalist, right? Might get information from different sources. Good point. Alright, let's call up Hugo. Hello? What's up, Jack? Oh, what is this song? That bass kicking in, hell yeah. Think you do me a favor? You bet. Is there something you want me to look into? I want some info on the guy who found Sam Coolidge's body 19 years ago. His name's Alfred Brown. Hope you can get your hands on something the cops don't have. I'm your man. I'll get right on it. I'll give you a ring if anything comes up. Cool. Thanks, Hugo. Any luck? Said you look into it. Great. Now we gotta get back to finding our own answers. Okay. So, can I go back and bother Alfred Brown some more? And be like, hey, your son. And like, I thought we were done. Former detective with the name of Philip Robbins told us some interesting stuff. Great. And that's what motivated us to come out over here and ask you a few things. In particular, about your son's illness and when you found Sam's body. Ah, come on! Alright, talk about illness. Tell me some more about your son's condition. I know I have a broken record here. Like I said, he had a heart condition and we took him to Washington for surgery. Luckily, that did the trick. How did you manage to pay for the surgery? Asked around and managed to scrape up enough to cover it. Son's life was in the balance there, so I did what I had to do. Tell me which direction Sam's body was facing again. Like I already said, he was face down on his stomach. And are you absolutely sure about that? Well, I can't say absolutely. This was a long time ago after all. Can't give you an absolute on that. Huh. Can I show this? Still remember what happened to Sam? No. Fuck. That's all I wanted to know. Good. Beat it, alright. Fuck you. What's going on in there, Jay? Something doesn't seem quite right. Surgery for Alfred's son must have cost a fortune. Think you could really cover that? Sounds like it could probably cost upwards of $200K between the move and the surgery. No. Yo. Yeah. I had the goods on Alfred Brown, my friend. Nice, fill me in. Found his name in an article printed 19 years ago. It was about his son's heart surgery and how it was a big success. Apparently the surgery costed 200 grand. 200,000. Damn. No small change, huh? Especially for back then. Doesn't sound like something Alfred could afford on his wages. Then I found another article that gave me a chill. Let's hear about it. A little before that happened in Clockford, that someone in Clockford happened to win the big one. It was the lottery, Jay. Winning ticket was bought at a kiosk in front of the train station. Prize was 200 grand. No way. Yup, and the winning numbers were... Let me see here. 1976, 922. I'm not making this up, Jay. It was printed in the paper. That's all I got for now. What do you find out? We got Alfred's secret. So what is it? His son's surgery cost $200,000. And just before the surgery was done, someone in Clockford won a $200,000 lottery. Can't be serious. Alfred Brown is hiding something about this case. Probably, and what he said about the body's direction seemed a little shaky. What do you say we go back to the office and organize all the info we found so far? Good idea. Results of investigation. Alfred Brown's testimony about what happened 19 years ago contains a lie. The key to everything is his son's surgery. How did he get that kind of money? You alright, Jay? Fine. I was just thinking about the investigation. Let's piece together everything we've learned about Alfred Brown so far. Good idea. 2 heads are better than 1. We'll go over all the things that don't quite add up about Alfred Brown. Right. Let's analyze Alfred's testimony of events 19 years ago. What could he be hiding? His son's surgery is a significant issue? What is it about the surgery that you're so caught up about? I'm concerned about the cost. Wondering about the money it took to pay for that surgery. Yeah, where'd Alfred come up with all that money? Exactly. Could he have borrowed it from someone, or else? Let's run a thorough check on his testimony. Alright. Let's analyze what we found out by investigating the crime scene. You saw a vision of the Sam Coolidge murder, right? Right. Saw the past at the Hotel Miranda crime scene. There's something about the crime scene that doesn't sit right with me. What would that be? He, doesn't sit right with me. Victim found on his back? Body was lying face up when found. That's right, which doesn't match up with what you saw in the vision. Why would the body be lying face up? If we can trust your vision, maybe Alfred moved the body. Probably searched for the wallet. Maybe so. He's the only one who could have touched it since he found it first. If we could find out how that happened, it would be a major clue to this case. So if he did touch the body, why would he do that? Steal something by moving it? That's all I can think of. Well, his wallet was missing. Then what did he steal? Must have been Sam Coolidge's wallet, I guess. And if that's the case, then there's something else bugging me about Sam's missing wallet. What would that be? That would be what was inside. Wondering what was in the wallet. Yeah, what could have been in that thing? Winning lottery ticket. Sam Coolidge's wallet was gone. Must have been overlooked back then because he was always short on cash. But we know that Sam Coolidge was always buying lotto tickets. Check this out, Kate. Tomorrow we call in Alfred Brown for questioning. Perfect. So rather than going to Alfred's is coming here. Come on in. This is a waste of time if you ask me. Relax. Just remember how things really happened 19 years ago, and you're free to go. How things really happen? How's that supposed to mean? I told you 2 more than enough already. Bullshit. I don't get why you're so crazy about digging up the past. Because it's literally our job. Don't you think it's a little late to be hounding me with questions? There's something suspicious about what he did 19 years ago, suspicious about what he did recently. You had money problems back then, but you quit the hotel job right after the murder. How come? I told you already. You moved to Washington so my son could get better medical care. Hospital bills like that can get pretty high. How'd you get your hands on that kind of money? Wait a minute. Are you trying to accuse me of stealing Sam's wallet? Is that what you think? He wanted the money to buy some luxuries. Did he need a lot of money at the time? Must have needed a lot of money back then. Well, you see, money for your son's surgery must have cost a fortune. It did. But I didn't take Sam's wallet. Poor bastard hardly had 2 pennies to rub together. Not the pennies you were after. Needed a lot of money fast. It's a good point. You wanted $200,000. What? You needed that $200,000 to get your son the help he needed. And you got your hands on it alright. You just happened to win the lottery. How the hell? Did you buy lotto tickets just like Sam? Yeah, it's kind of funny, you know? First ticket I ever bought and I win the big one. That's incredibly lucky. But I'm afraid that's not how it went. Hey. The winning ticket wasn't yours. Yeah? Whose was it, Hotshot? It belongs to Sam Coolidge. Lotto ticket you had 19 years ago. It belonged to Sam Coolidge. No way! Come on, you never bought a lotto ticket in your life. Same, and I plan to keep it that way, because lottery tickets are a fucking scam. Sam Coolidge bought the winning ticket. That ain't true. Sure, you can win money off of it, but you're probably not gonna win, and all you're doing is throwing money to nothing. So, why would I ever fucking do that when I could save it instead? What kind of proof you got, huh? Because you know that Sam won that lottery, because he won the lottery despite how you don't buy a lottery ticket. Belonged to Sam. I know that Sam won that lottery. I know that Sam Coolidge won the lottery on that day. How could you know that? Winning ticket was for $200,000. I know for a fact the victim told someone he'd won that amount. Did you think you were the only one who knew about that? How could 2 workers at the same hotel win the same amount of money on the same day? Can't happen. Damn it. You ready to talk yet? Tell me what you've been hiding about that night. Chat. He took the lottery ticket. Did you take the lotto ticket out of Sam's wallet? Yeah. I knew that he'd put a winning ticket in his wallet. Sam told me at the front desk that he'd won the big one. Guy was on cloud 9. So when I heard that, I asked him if he'd loan me the money for my son's surgery. And you know what that son of a bitch said to me? Kid's gotta croak anyway. No use wasting good money on a lost cause. Besides, I'd say a guy like you couldn't pay me back in a lifetime. You don't realize how steamed I was. True, the surgery had a slim chance of success. With the money I made, I'd never be able to pay him back. But I had to help my son at any cost. I decided I'd beg Sam for that money, no matter how foolish it looked. I went looking for him at our private lounge, which was room 315. But when I got there, he was already dead. I went to check Sam's wallet. I wanted to check Sam's wallet. I was wondering if he really had that lotto ticket in there. It was for my kid. Did you kill Sam Coolidge 19 years ago? I didn't kill him, I swear it. But I moved the body. That's all I did, honest. The cops knew that I had an alibi when the murder happened. You gotta believe me. I took a good look at the body and did something terrible. I sold my soul to the devil. Tell me more. Sold your soul to the devil? What do you mean by that? Moved the body to get that wallet out of his jacket pocket and I swiped the lotto ticket. After that I threw the empty wallet into the river. When I cashed in the ticket, got the money, and my son got his surgery. Surgery saved my boy's life and he grew up healthy and happy. Even today the kid tells me, it's all thanks to you, Pop. All thanks to you. Every time he tells me that, I get sick to my stomach. Every single day for the past 19 years, I think about what happened on that night. I can still see it as clear as day. My own reflection in that mirror. Sam's wallet clenched in my bloody hands and my pitiful face in that mirror. That's what really happened. I swear it. I'll be damned. Ivor Brown took the lotto ticket out of Sam's wallet, but that's it. Which means one thing. Faceless killer I saw in the vision couldn't have been Alfred Brown. Better get back to Hotel Miranda and take another look at the past. I'll go to the cops. Turn myself in for what I did back then. Is there a statute of limitations on, tampering with a crime scene, also theft? If there's statute of limitations, then, fuck, who cares? Call the police, Kate. Okay. What's the plan, Jay? I'm gonna piece together what I've seen in here and retrace the killer's actions. Something tells me I'll find out what happened after that. Be careful. I will. Wait here for me. Vision. Going to uncover the truth of the past. I'll be waiting right here. All the visions have been collected. High Providence awakens that sense. Now to trace the incident from 19 years ago. Now the truth will be revealed. Once the pieces of the vision panel reflect how they were in the past, touch the pieces in the order in which the criminal performed them. To replay the past visions, use this to review what really happened at the scene. Okay, what happened first? What happened first was the beer, drinking, and then went to the thing. And then there was the argument. And yada yada yada. I don't remember what that bottom panel was. I don't remember. But after the beer, then it's the lamp. And then... yeah, then I want to say it's the lamp. I think then mirror? I want to say mirror. Because I don't remember what the bottom one was. Probably the last one though, since it is the blood pool. Yep. Whacking him in the back of the head. Take this. Bop. And finally, he's dead. Sick. I saw the killer's face. Was that really Providence? I feel like I've seen that guy before. How'd it go? I saw the killer's face. Really? Hey, that's it. What is it? Killer. I remember where I've seen his face before. It's Charles Smith. Is Providence's second victim? Is Providence like an organization or like a cult? I had another dream about that day 19 years ago. I saw the house going up in flames. Oh, I could hardly breathe with all that smoke. I was scared and I cried out. Help, Danny. Please, somebody help Danny. But Danny was nowhere to be found and the house burned to the ground. Then it dawned on me that I was the only one left. And that's when I woke up. You sure about this, Jay? Positive. Must have looked over those pictures from the investigation 100 times. Vision I saw yesterday at the Hotel Miranda made it crystal clear who killed Sam Coolidge. He was the victim of the second Providence murder, Charles Smith. If what you're saying is true, then it's a mess, I know. Does that mean Charles Smith is Providence? It's hard to say. After all, Charles Smith was killed right after he murdered Sam. Anyway, what we can learn from this is that there was more than one killer involved in the murders. I can't think of any other explanation. So there's actually more than one Providence. Certainly possible. We need to hurry up and figure out what happened 19 years ago. Our new discovery is bound to be a significant piece of the puzzle. Now we just gotta figure out where that piece fits and what it tells us. Right. How about we go over the Charles Smith murder again before we head out? Yeah, sounds good. Alright, tell me about this murder. Alright, give me a rundown on the Charles Smith murder. Happened on March 3rd, 1991, only 3 days after Sam was killed. The victim was a taxi driver, Charles Smith. He was found shot to death in a parking garage. Weapon was determined to be a .22 caliber handgun. At first it was thought to be a burglary, but no money was taken from the taxi. Providence was found next to Mr. Smith's body. This is what led police to believe it was a serial murder connected to Sam's death, along with a letter regarding the crime which was sent to the newspaper. There were no witnesses, murder weapon was never found, and the case remains unsolved to this day. Okay, give me some more info where Charles Smith was murdered. Grand Park Garage is where it happened. That's a city-owned parking garage right next to Grand Park. It has a basement floor and 2 floors above that. The taxi that Charles was using was parked on the basement floor. Was there any clues left at the scene? Nothing significant besides the eye of Providence. There was a cigarette butt found on the ground near the taxi, though. Traces of the victim's saliva were found on it. Oh, and 4 bullet holes were found at the scene. 3 in the wall and 1 on the ceiling near a fluorescent light. You can go to the Grand Park Garage now. Sick. Anything else about this case I need to know? Local police have set up an office exclusively for the investigation into the Providence murders after this happened. More investigators are put on the case, including a new lead detective. Wait a minute. You're saying a detective other than Philip Robbins was put in charge after the second murder? Uh-huh. His name's Burnett Johnson. Burnett Johnson. Why do I know that name? Oh yeah, he's the president of Johnson & Co. Johnson & Co., largest business in Clockford. Can't be a coincidence. What do we know about Charles Smith's family? Back then he had a house in the suburbs with his mother and daughter. No wife? Apparently not. He was born and raised in Clockford, and the file says he's never been out of the city in his life. Wonder if his family still has that house in the burbs. Got it. What's the only agenda today? Well, obviously we gotta reinvestigate the Charles Smith murder. I say we get some more info on Mr. Smith. Should we question his family? Absolutely. Then we ought to ask Philip Robbins whatever he can remember about the case. Sounds good. But before that, we've really got to update Henry on our investigation. Right, almost forgot. Morning, boss. Jay, how's the investigation? We got some new info about the guy who found Sam Coolidge dead. That'll be Alfred Brown, right? Victim's co-worker? That's right. Mr. Brown found Sam dead in room 315 of Hotel Miranda. He actually moved the body. Moved it? How was Alfred clammed up about that until now? Because he moved the body to steal Sam's wallet? I'll be damned. Alfred knew there was a lotto ticket worth 200 grand in that wallet. So before calling for help, he lifted the wallet from Sam's corpse. I'll be damned. Got that much out of him? Now that we know Providence didn't steal the wallet, safe to say Providence himself wasn't after the lotto ticket. Which basically confirms that it wasn't money he was after. Then what could have driven Providence to carry out all those murders? Imagine he was craving infamy or possibly motivated by some sort of grudge. What do you think, Jay? Score to settle? Considering how he brutally killed so many people, it's possible that a grudge of some kind was the driving force behind it all. Could very well be it. Only Providence knows what really happened. And one of these days we're gonna get the truth out of him. Absolutely. If you keep this investigation in full swing anyway, you did manage to dig up a significant piece of the puzzle that's been buried all these years. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell us anything about the identity of Providence, though. What the fuck? What are you talking about? You know who killed Coolidge. I wouldn't say that, Jay. In order to clear up what exactly took place back then, you gotta put this thing together piece by piece with a clear, thorough investigation. Although he is right, we don't know much about Providence itself still, but I believe it's not an individual. It can't be. It just can't. Guaranteed you'll find the truth about Providence. Yes, sir, but he's still talking about Providence as if it is an individual, which it isn't. If we can keep uncovering new pieces of the puzzle like this, I know we'll find out who's behind the Providence murders. That's the spirit. Today we're planning to look into the second crime, Charles Smith murder. Good. Get out there and find me some evidence. That I can and will. So, why would I want to go to Alfred Brown's home? Fuck. Let's just go down the list. Philip Robbins. Let's just go talk to him. Maybe get some information out of him before I hit up the family. Weaver, FBI. Hello. You two again. What is it today? Told you more than enough about Coolidge murder. Yes, sir. Thanks to cooperation, we uncovered a significant fact in that case. Significant fact? Uh-huh. We discovered the man who found Sam's body. Alfred Brown also stole his wallet. And there was a lottery ticket worth $200,000 in that wallet. What? So then Alfred killed Sam to get a hold of that ticket? Not exactly. Alfred didn't kill Sam. And he's definitely not Providence. Hold on there, Mr. Weaver. Are you telling me you've got somebody pegged as a suspect? Yo, I'm pegging someone now? No, not yet. But I'm confident we'll get an ID on Providence during this investigation. That's good to hear. We've reopened the second case from 19 years back. Charles Smith murder. And you came here today to question me about that case. Well, ask away then. I'll be more than happy to cooperate. Charles Smith. I'd like to ask about the second victim, Charles Smith. Remember a lot about Charles Smith. He and I both were born and raised in this town, you know? In fact, I'd seen him around ever since he was a kid. Is that right? Wouldn't say we were good friends or anything like that. He was a blunt man, didn't say an awful lot, but he didn't have any enemies as far as I know. Now he was on bad terms with his wife, and they split up, but other than that, he stayed out of trouble. Baffles me why in the world Providence would kill Charles of all people. Alright, what's the connection between the two? Wondering about the first two victims, Sam Coolidge and Charles Smith. Do you know if they were friends? No, I don't think those two ever met. I don't remember there being a report for that either. I heard another detective was assigned to the Charles Smith murder. That's right, Burnett Johnson. Tell me a little about this Burnett Johnson. You probably already know this, but he's the president of Johnson & Co. now. I knew it wasn't a coincidence. Interesting. Old Bernie Johnson knew how to get things done and almost always got his criminal. When assigned to that Providence case, he put everything he had into it. But in the end, he couldn't get the killer. Case went unsolved. Bernie quit the force after that. Are you still in contact with him? Not in the slightest. In fact, Bernie severed all ties with his old friend since he left the force. Apparently he got pretty irritated when anyone brings up his detective years. So it's not going to be easy getting info out of him then. Let's move. Thanks for your time, sir. You've been a great help. We might have to ask you some more questions later on. Might not be the sharpest tool in the shed nowadays, but I'll tell you what I can remember. Good to see he's a lot more positive about helping out. I'd sure like to ask Burnett Johnson a thing or two now. Let's get over there. Hey. I'm just gonna go down the list. So after Philip, it's Charles Smith's home. Let's check it.